Good morning, good morning. Welcome to our Talks with Anthony. Today we're going to have a insightful conversation. For those that are new to the channel, we make mental health conversations and content that's going to be beneficial to your personal development and addition to your well-being. However, in today's conversation, we're talking about the difference between coping and regulating, right? So I really want to take into consideration that one gives us that relief, the other one is building that sustainability, right? So I really want us to have that sustainability because, in our life, there's going to be different challenges coming our way, different circumstances, right? And life is, unpredictable, right? We don't know what's going to come our way. Some of us woke up today and have complications that we just like, what that's going on, right? So it's like stress, what we going to do? Right, so we can cope and we can regulate, but I really want us to have that sustainability, right? So stick with me. So normalizing, right, without that judgment, right, reducing that shame. Let's talk about it, right? So everyone copes. Coping is not a flaw. It's something that we're able to adapt, right? If you learn how to distract, overwhelm yourself, or even shut down your system, aka that nervous system was trying to protect you. So I really want us to take that into consideration. That also ties into that survival mode, right? So, but we got to have coping skills. We have to have, things that are going to be strategies that are going to be able to help us out in moments of that distress, right? So coping is what we do when we don't have the tools for that regulation, right? So let's dive into some psychoeducation to give us a clear way we're able to be more grounded, right? So coping, right? So managing emotional discomfort often reduces intensity quickly, right? That's what we want. So examples of scrolling, venting, repeated without processing, overreacting, avoiding, or even numbing out, right? When it comes to regulating, right? Calming that nervous system down, right? We were able to bring the body back to a less stressed state, right? So, we have regulating skills such as slow breathing, right? So longer exhale, grounding through sense. We also have labeling the emotions, gentle movement, right? That breaking that anxiety by just moving around, right? And then we also have that safe connection. That's why I was always advocating for us to be vulnerable, try to be optimistic, try to be open, try to be honest, right? That's the healing that's going to happen when we have those connections, right? So talk to someone that you trust, get yourself involved with a professional to help you out, whatever it's going on. But these are things that could be discussed in that treatment, right? So coping changes, how we feel temporarily, right? But when it comes to regulating, it changes the psychological state, right? So I really want us to have regulating skills and techniques and tools we're able to use in moments of distress, right? Like I said, life is unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen in our day. We don't know what's going to happen in life. But if we have, something in our toolkit, aka y'all know what's up with Dora, she got that backpack on her. We're able to have, something that we're able to use at any given time in our life. So I really want to take that into consideration, right? So coping quiets the noise, regulation settles the system, right? Our nervous system, we don't want it to be, going through it, tore from the flow up and having us down bad, being anxious all the time, right? Ruminating, self-sabotaging, having our mind, unease, right? I want us to have our mind at ease and having that balance by having skills, having the toolbox, right? So I really want us to take that into consideration, right? So let's move forward, right? Practical distinction, how to tell the difference, right? Like I said before, coping quiets the noise for the moment, right? Regulation, settles the whole system. I want us to have that, right? So pulling it back together, I want you to ask yourself, right? Does this help my body slow down? After I'm done, do I feel steadier or do I feel distracted? Is this reducing stress long-term or postponing it, right? So what am I doing with myself, right? I really want you to ask yourself, what are you doing with yourself when you're stressed out? What's really going on? Are you distracting yourself? Are you saying, I'm gonna get to it later? Like, these things add up, they build up, right? And like I tell people all the time, that stress builds up in different ways. You got people out here that don't even really play football, but they look like a football player because, the tension of your shoulder blade, your neck, right? It's just different. You know your body, right? So it's like, I really want us to take this into consideration because stress is significant and stress can manifest in different ways, but we need to be really intuitive with ourselves, our bodies, our mind, and our mental health, right? So, if the stress is the same and it returns in a stronger way, it's more likely that you're coping, you're just doing things, for the moment, right? But you don't have an actual system that's in place to help the nervous system heal, right? So let's dive into a balanced perspective, right? Like I said, coping is surviving. Regulation is sustainability. Sustainability is something that we want. So let's dive into some micro tools, right? So adding this, regulation doesn't quite remove, the coping, but, it helps, right? So try this. Number one, off rip is going to be one, slow inhale, right? So this is the breathing exercise. Two is, longer, slower exhale, right? So we're breathing out. 3 is going to be, you know, having their feet on the ground. You know, keep yourself feel grounded, get yourself at ease, right? Relax your mind, relax your body, right? No need to be tense, right? 4 is going to be name the emotion without fixing it, right? We don't got to fix everything in one day, but at least we're able to put a name with something, put a label on something. At least we know what it is, right? That's why I'm asking you to be intuitive, really think about these things. If you need a journal, write things down because you're just in that vibe. Do what you got to do is beneficial for you, right? Also ask yourself, right? So the nervous system responds to safe cues, right? Not self-criticism, right? So I'm asking you, please be self-compassionate to yourself, right? We all stress out in different ways. We all have things that are going on that are affecting our well-being, the way that we perform, et cetera, right? But be kind to yourself in this process, right? You don't build regulation by shaming your coping, right? So just identify what's going on, but with that compassion, be kind to yourself. Right, so pulling this video together, like I said, I was able to kind of differentiate. Hopefully you got an understanding of, like I said, coping is you trying to survive, and you just got stuff for the moment, right? That just kind of, it gets you back at ease for that moment. But regulation is something that's going to help you be sustainable. It's going to help your immune system in just different situations and as you navigate through life, right? So what if relief didn't have to disappear the moment of stress returned, right? You deserve support that calms your system, not just distracts your mind. So like I said, try your best to navigate into having a regulation skills, not just the coping skills for the moment, but having skills that you're able to navigate through your life, right? If you need more support, it's out there. You got to advocate for yourself. Closed mouths don't get what? They don't get fed. No one knows what you got going on. There's no mind reading out here, right? So I really want you to take into consideration that there are professionals, right? There's therapists, talk to a friend. There are support groups, right? Try your best to be vulnerable, be honest, right? We all, like I said, we all out here, we stress about something, right? Circumstances, life situations, life events, right? So try your best to, you know what I mean? Like I said, not just have a little coping skill for the moment, it's going to have it just go away, because what happens, it comes back. And stress, like I mentioned, it comes back in various ways within the body, mind, et cetera, right? So I don't want you to be taught from the flow up. So please do what's beneficial for you and seek that support. If you found this video beneficial, give it a thumbs up, share if possible, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.